Have you ever looked at someone you've known for years, friends, family member, even a partner, and you have a quiet realization that you guys are no longer the same person together that you used to be? I have, and chances are if you're in your 40s, you have too. It's really a lonely feeling that we don't talk about enough. So let's do that today. Let's talk about it and let's get into it. So I was saying, we get to a moment, a stage in our life when we realize some of the relationships that we cultivated or we had for years are no longer the same. Is it because someone did something wrong? No. Is it because life just put you guys in different directions? Probably. Sometimes you just outgrow each other. Life just pulls you guys into different directions. You chose one path, the other person chose another path, and that is completely fine. It doesn't have to be drama behind it. You evolved in different directions, different paths. Doesn't necessarily mean it's better. One is better than the other. It means it's different. And realizing that is probably one of the hardest types of grief we have to deal with as an adult. Over the last few years, I've been reflecting a lot on this, on outgrowing people you love and respect, whether it's friends or family. Outgrowing people you love not because someone is to blame or there's conflict, just outgrowing them because your priorities shift, your time is no longer the same, your responsibilities grow, and your relationship just becomes something that's completely different and it's just not the same. Listen, outgrowing someone doesn't mean someone is to blame. Doesn't mean you have to cut them out of your life to keep your peace. Doesn't mean the person is toxic or that you're toxic. It just means that you guys are no longer connecting the way you guys used to be. I feel like nowadays on social media, they show us so many videos of I'm cutting this person out of my life because they did this, or they're toxic, or they're this, or they're that. And it really pushes the narrative of there is always someone to blame, whether you feel like it's you or the other person. But sometimes nobody is to blame. That is also possible, that nobody is to blame for a relationship not moving forward or a relationship just fading out. Sometimes it's just that life has simply moved you guys in different directions, and it could be as simple as that. Other times, we realize that some relationships are also built one-sided. So that relationship that you had, sometimes it's just one-sided. So there's always that one person that makes the effort, that does the call, that does the reservation to meet up, that suggests a meetup, that does everything first towards the other person. But when that one person is tired or doesn't want to do that effort anymore, then the relationship just fades away. It doesn't have to be, dramatic. It doesn't have to be dramatic at all. The love most of the time, the love is still there between those two people. It's just that the relationship fades away and nobody's to blame. It's just since the relationship wasn't built equally balanced from the get-go, then eventually, it's not going to work out and it just stops. Also, we have to keep in mind that relationships that we had, let's say in our 20s, are vastly different from the ones that we have in our 40s or later. So example, in our 20s, the relationships that we had, let's say for friendships, were mostly based on proximity. Whether you were friends with people because you went to the same school, you lived in the same neighborhood, you had the same type of group of friends together, you were roommates, stuff like that. So it was more proximity that made you friends with people versus, and it's kind of normal that those type of relationships eventually fades out because it's not really based on anything else, versus by the time you get in your 40s, relationships that you're building, whether it's in your 30s, 40s, or later, they're more based on availability, shared values, capacity. So like the capacity to actually entertain that relationship that you're building. So, and all of that changes really who you are when you are building those type of relationships. Another reason why some relationships grow apart is because life gets busier and fuller with every year that passes, honestly. So we have careers, kids, health, aging parents. We have a lot more responsibility, and doesn't mean the person doesn't want to be in your life anymore. It's just that they are also trying to survive the way you are. So I really think we need to be a little bit more understanding and have more empathy with each other, because life is not easy and everybody's going through their own shit, and we need to really give each other grace. One thing that I've learned over the years is that someone can really love you deeply. They really can love you deeply, but they're not able to show up the way you need them to. Doesn't mean they don't care about you or they don't want to. It's just that sometimes their own life is so much, they're dealing with a lot, that they can't show up the way you would want them to show up for you. And that is fine. We just have to understand that everybody's going through their own thing and have more understanding with each other. Lastly, some relationships grow apart because honestly, it's sometimes the healthiest thing for you, both of you, so that for that relationship to grow apart. What I mean by that, sometimes loving someone from a distance, cheering them on, praying for them, wishing them well, is actually a better way to have that type of relationship with that specific person, and versus being in front of them and trying to force yourself to do certain things when you guys don't connect like that anymore. Listen, getting to a point of maturity is also realizing that sometimes love can still remain even when the closeness changes, right? So is it sad or lonely or even maybe scary to have that relationship end? Yes, but it is okay. Sometimes life is just like that. Life just happens and we just have to accept it, and it's gonna be fine. They do say when one relationship ends, you make room for another one. So by forcing a relationship that is not meant to be, you are not opening the door for the new relationship. So think about it like that and make room for that new relationship that is meant to be. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe to see more of them, and see you on the next one. Hardest type of griefs that you get to deal with as an adult. Okay. That's it. Today everybody in the building decided it's today that they wanted to make some noise.